Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I'm going to talk about what happens when you show no fear to a narcissist. What do you think that narcissist is going to do? I'm going to talk about what that narcissist will do when you show no fear to them. How do you think they will react? Well, understand this. One of the ways that narcissists control, they control in so many different ways. But one of their ultimate goals is to have you fear them, okay? And there's a couple of different ways they go about controlling you so that you're always living in fear of them, all right? So narcissists, one of their primary goals is to have you fear them so that they can control you. They may try to control you with the silent treatment, okay? Try to train you to a point where you're afraid to say anything. Because if you say anything, they're going to run into a silent treatment and ice you out for weeks or months. Some narcissists will do that so that, that's a way to silence you. They may try to put fear in you by raging out in your face, yelling and screaming. And who does this, you guys? A guilty narcissist. A guilty, overt, or malignant or grandiose narcissist. When you stand up to them, they will rage out to you in your face, maybe pointing their finger or getting in your face, leaning into your face. Some could even get physical with you. And this is their way to put fear into you, to again control you, to back off. All right. They want you to fear them. All right. The other way narcissists try to get you to fear them is they could threaten you by calling the authorities on you, calling the cops on you, taking you to court. All right. They'll say things, if you're going through a wicked divorce, they'll say things like you'll never have custody or see your kids again, or I'm going to take all your money. All right. They also put fear in you that they're not going to give you money. All right. Let's say when you're going through a divorce, they're going to control you with the money by not giving you the money that they owe you. So narcissists, they want to terrorize you. A lot of them want to terrorize you and put fear in you. They may also, when a relationship is breaking down, they'll also put fear in you, making you think that you will never, ever be able to go on without them. Nobody will ever want you. Nobody wants a divorced person with kids. Nobody wants somebody at your age. They put all of these different fears into their partners so that their partner doesn't leave and thinks that they can never find happiness again. Their partners, the victims, think that they're the problem, okay? So this is how narcissists control, with fear, okay? With fear. You see it in government, okay? They control in government. This is how dictators get into power, by using fear to control people, by taking away their benefits, their money, or threatening with using different kinds of agencies against them. So you guys, it's like this. When you're a person that, is a strong person and you stand up to that narcissist, you will become enemy number one. Just know this. When you're a strong person and you stand up to the narcissist will seek to destroy you, okay? Any which way they can. They will look at your vulnerabilities and figure out a way to hurt you, okay? Like, for instance, if you're going through a divorce and you have children, what's something they'll do? They'll call CPS, Child Protective Services, to try to get your kids taken away, all right? They may try to get you in trouble, make false allegations saying you're on drugs or you're abusing the children. Narcissists are big-time pathological liars that lie to try to set you up. So what do you think happens when you show no fear to that narcissist? Well, if you're dealing with a covert narcissist, I'm going to give you the scenarios. If you're dealing with a covert narcissist, they're going to be like, okay, they're not generally confrontational. Covert narcissists are not confrontational because they're basic cowards that can't take you on toe to toe. They always fight behind the scenes passive aggressively. They figure, okay, I'll get you back a different way. I'm going to smear you to everybody. I'm going to ruin your reputation. I'm going to character assassinate you so that nobody wants to be around you, nobody likes you, and everybody gangs up against you. And what they'll do is, when they can't take you on directly, they will fire up other people to try to come at you and attack you. Okay? This is what they do. They use other people to attack you. All right? They also, like I said, they're going to smear you. Now, the people that believe the narcissist are not your people, okay? Their loyalty is to the narcissist, or they're just incredibly stupid and they've been manipulated, all right? In either case, you don't need these people in your life. These are not your people. So if other people want to believe the narcissist, let them, okay? Just don't deal with these people. Anybody who's close to the narcissist is generally not going to have your back because their loyalty is to the narcissist. The narcissist either really manipulated them so they don't see what the truth is, or they know that the narcissist is wrong. A lot of the flying monkeys know that the narcissist is toxic, but they're afraid to say anything because they know that narcissist has something on them or will destroy them. So even though they may think that the narcissist is wrong in attacking you or smearing you, they won't say anything because they need that narcissist or they're afraid of that narcissist. So keep that in mind. In either case, their loyalty is not to you, and you should have nothing to do with them. Don't give them any information that they could use against you, all right? Now, if you're dealing with an overt narcissist who thinks that you're too strong, they may try to rage out at you when they feel like they're not getting anywhere with you. They're just going to run out, all right? Because at that point, they're frustrated. They don't know what to do. They're going to also smear you behind your back or try to get you in trouble with the law. Now, when you deal with a malignant narcissist who can be physically violent, it could be very dangerous for you. All right. I have to point this out because you always have to know the type of narcissist that you're dealing with, because not all narcissists react the same way. All right. So when you try to go toe to toe with a malignant narcissist, keep in mind it could be a very, very dangerous thing for you, physically dangerous. OK, they could hurt you, knock your head off. That's how dangerous a malignant narcissist is. And people come back at me and they say all the time, well, how do you know you're dealing with a malignant narcissist? Trust me when I tell you, you will know you're dealing with a malignant narcissist because you will be afraid to say 2 words to this person because they will react, so violently, or they will start raging out on you, and you'll be afraid. You'll be afraid they'll break things in the house. Malignant narcissists love to break things in the house. They love to start a scene in front of children so that you shut your mouth. They don't care that they're terrorizing the children as well. So all of these things, all right, is going to put fear into you. So you can't really even battle the malignant narcissist toe to toe because they go over the top, all right? They go over the top and they don't care who's around. So the best way to deal with a malignant narcissist, even though you are a strong person, is to leave in silence, okay? And they're very vengeful. They will, they could send people after you. They could stalk you. These are the cases like I've talked about time and time in my other podcasts on 48 Hours and Dateline, where the person is missing or found dead because they told the malignant narcissist they wanted a divorce, and then the next day you can't find the person, all right? Because the malignant narcissist flipped out, lost control, and snapped. So, always know who you're dealing with. So when they feel that you don't, when you show no fear to malignant narcissist, they could snap out at you. It could be a very, very dangerous situation. Sometimes you have to manipulate the malignant narcissist in order to get out safely. Like that may be pretending like everything's okay in the relationship and then leaving when the narcissist isn't there, taking all your stuff and getting out to a safe haven. All right. Because when you try to leave a malignant narcissist, they could do things like grab your phone, not let you leave. They could get in your face. They could pin you down. They could strangle you. These are all things they are capable of if you push them too far. All right? That's why I tell you, you leave in silence. If you're dealing with a violent type of person, a dangerous person like that. That's why I always say, people come back all the time and say, oh, covert narcissists are so dangerous. Yeah, they're dangerous in other ways because they chip away at your self-esteem and they break you down. But a malignant narcissist, you'll be fearing for your life, okay? Trust me when I tell you, I've dealt with these people. They could be very, very dangerous. So when you show that narcissist, you're not fearing them, that malignant narcissist is going to try to put you in your place, and it could get violent, all right? So understand this, all right? The narcissist, they hate strong people because they can't control them. So what they're generally going to do is, that could also be a case of domestic violence. When you have domestic violence, that could be a case where the victim stands up to the malignant narcissist and the malignant narcissist gets violent with them. There's domestic violence. You stood up to the narcissist and the narcissist might have slapped you, hit you, picked up something and hit you, tried to strangle you or something like that because you were showing that narcissist you had no fear and they came at you, all right? You're not going to, it's not about not showing fear, but it's about getting out safely because these malignant narcissists are unhinged. Understand this. You're not dealing with a rational person, malignant, bad, evil, over the top, all right? So, but in general, you guys, when you show no fear to a narcissist, they will try to hurt you in other ways. Now, if we're talking about other narcissists that, aren't like that malignant, they will try to hurt you in other ways. Like I said before, with the law, by trying to take away your kids, by hurting you financially, not giving you money, to a point where you're going to court with them, try to ruin your relationships with mutual friends or people that you know, try to smear you all over social media, try to humiliate you, try to post maybe provocative or private pictures of you on social media, okay, which is, a crime that you could take them to court for in case you didn't realize, all right? Anybody that uploads any kind of, private pictures that you have, they could get charged with that. So, but some will do that, all right? Some will do that. And when they see that you show no fear to them, you could actually cause a narcissistic collapse where they will do things over the top to try to hurt you because they can't stand the fact that you're winning, all right? They don't want you to win. They want you to be afraid. They want you to be submissive to them. So when you stand up, they're going to try to hurt you behind your back, like all the ways I've outlined in this podcast. Try to hurt you in court, maybe try to hurt you physically, smear you, all right? These are all the things that they will try to do. And then when they see that they're hitting a wall and you're still strong and they're still not able to break you down, they're going to avoid you like hell, okay? They're going to avoid you. They're not going to want to be around you. Then they're going to pull out the mental card and say that you have mental issues, you're the narcissist, you're toxic, they can't be around you because they're going to call you unhinged, all right? But that's only because that's all they could say. And I brought this up in an earlier reel I did a couple of years ago where I said, when the narcissist starts calling you crazy, that's when you know you got them because they got nothing else to say. So when they have nothing else to say, they're just going to try to negate you and make you out to be unhinged, crazy, borderline personality disorder, psychotic. They'll call you psychotic. Oh, my psychotic ex. oh, my psychopathic ex, my narcissistic ex, this, that, because that's all they can say, all right? That's all they can say. This is how they justify feeling better about themselves, is to say that there's something wrong with you. So this is what goes down, all right, when you show no fear to a narcissist. But understand this, when you show no fear to that narcissist, it is causing a narcissistic injury. And therefore, you will have a bullseye on you where that narcissist is going to try with everything they got to try to break you down. When they finally realize they can't, that you are just way too strong, you know who the fuck you are, you're not going to put up with their bullshit. They try any games with you, you're going to take them to court, you're going to bring them down, you're going to expose them to everybody, that you're dangerous in the sense that you're not going to be silenced by them. That's when that narcissist is going to run, all right? That's when they're going to run, because they know that they can't take you on, all right? They know that they can't take you on. Now, keep in mind this. Narcissists generally know who they can play with and who they can't. They've studied you. They know your track record of behaviors. They've watched you throughout the relationship and even before the relationship. They studied you. They studied your social media. They've heard about your past relationships, what went down, and all of this. So they have a pretty good idea of whether you're strong or not. But a lot of times, narcissists underestimate people. And especially they underestimate a super empath, because they feel just because somebody has empathy that this person will never, ever stand up and be strong. And this is where narcissists lose, because many people who have empathy, or could be a super empath rather, all right, who, believes in righteousness, believes in, justice. A lot of super empaths will come after a narcissist and make them accountable because they believe in that righteousness, all right? And making that narcissist accountable. And this is where the narcissist gets hurt, because the narcissist underestimated them, and they thought just because they were a nice person, or they had heart, or they gave certain chances to them, that they could keep pushing that goalpost. But at a certain point, a super empath will snap, all right? And they will not take that anymore from the narcissist, and they will either expose the narcissist or try to make them accountable in a certain way, all right? Just because somebody has empathy doesn't mean they're a doormat. But in a narcissist's mind, they think that, okay? Because narcissists don't really understand how certain people operate, especially a super empath. They don't understand that certain people do have a boiling point. They do have a boiling point. That's why narcissists can be in relationships for many, many years, or a marriage, and then all of a sudden, that super empath that put up with all the narcissist shit all those years gets to a point of no return and says, no, not today, Satan. I'm out. I've had enough. I'm done. All right? And that's where the narcissist is kicked to the curb, because the super empath can't take any more of the abuse. They feel they've given it all they've got, and it's not getting any better. All right? So, you guys, this is what happens when you show no fear to that narcissist. They're going to destroy you behind your back, try to get you in trouble with the law, take you to court, try to hurt you with the children, all right? And try to get other people to fight you, maybe, use other people to fight you. They may try to get physical with you if they're a malignant narcissist, and bodily try to threaten you with physical violence. Covert narcissist will try to isolate you by having everybody hate you. All right. this overt narcissist will rage out at you, and then they'll avoid you because they don't want to be around you because they see you're still strong after they raged out at you. All right. So this happens when you show that narcissist no fear. Okay. And just understand that when you're doing that, you cause narcissistic injury, and that narcissist is not going to like it. And they're going to do everything they can to try to bring you to your knees. But when they see that's not working, they're going to run. They're going to run because now they know that they can't play with you. All right. So I hope that helps you. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the podcast. If you're looking for confidential one-on-one phone coaching, I have limited time, limited availability, you guys. It's all because I'm working on this other project that has just been so draining, okay? But I'm enjoying it. Check out the link in the bio for phone coaching at the game, askyaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. If you need clarity, you don't know if you're dealing with a narcissist, what type of narcissist, you don't know how to handle this person, you need clarity, check it out. Also, my YouTube, you'll find over 7,000 videos on there with everything, most issues with regard to narcissism. All right. Sorry, I've been running all morning. And this is my first opportunity to try to podcast, so I am run down, you guys. Check out my YouTube, and Facebook and Instagram is the Game EXP123, and TikTok is the Game Exposed. And have a great day.